So you wifey material, huh? Here's why that's not working for you. In mainstream Christianity, it is drilled into women of faith that if they want their man of God to come and save them from singleness and celibacy, that they need to stop walking in the spirit of a girlfriend and start preparing to be a wife. Thing is, after many of these women take that good word and start the journey towards preparing to be a wife, they still up single many years later. And I mean many. Some well into their 50s and their 60s are still preparing to be someone's wife. And the somebody, he's nowhere in sight. Now, if you think I'm lying, go to any major Christian singles group on Facebook and type in the word frustrated and tired, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, some may blame it on it just not being in God's timing. Some may blame it in not being God's will for them to be married. Some might even blame the women for them just not working on themselves. But I rebuke all that, and I blame it on 3 mistakes that you're probably making if you're frustratingly single after preparing to be a wife for years. So before I get into these mistakes, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, because I regularly make videos designed to get you to think past tradition so that you can fall in line with the truth. Okay, so the first reason why preparing to be a wife is keeping you single is because you are putting the cart before the horse. You all out of order, sis. Check this. When you are preparing to be a wife, there is an underlying assumption that you will be a wife one day, right? Right. Okay, so the issue here is, how are you going to be a good wife when you're not even a good date yet? You're legit trying to learn wife skills, but currently you don't even really know how to interact with a man. Hey, you're preparing for marriage, but you're not prepared on how to even engage a man when he approaches you. You're learning how to cook. Great. But you're not learning how to be graceful and at ease in the presence of a man. Girl, you're trying to keep up with all the rules of submission, but you currently can't keep a meaningful conversation going. You're trying to learn how to manage a home for a future family, but you don't know how to manage your emotions. You're so focused on forever that you forgot to have fun. Basically, sis, you're just too occupied in what you'll be doing when you get to your destination instead of actually learning what it really takes to get there. Speaking of focusing on doing, the second reason why preparing to be a wife is keeping you single is because you're focused on duties that don't matter instead of skills that will help you create a strong connection between you and a man. If you take the time out and Google how to prepare to be a wife, you're gonna find most of the articles will include cooking, cleaning, managing finances better, and some actually even mention submission. The biggest problem with this is that it's a if I do these things, he will come mentality. You'll think, oh, if I prepare to be a wife and become wife material, he will want to marry me. It doesn't work like that, sis. It doesn't work like that. Preparing to be a wife will not get you far if men are not connecting with you first. When you are so focused on what you will be doing for a man after marriage, you truly miss out on what you can experience with the man before marriage. Now, don't get it twisted. What this means is that instead of putting the bulk of your effort into one man who you haven't met yet, who you don't even know, take time to meet, engage, and interact with different men who you can learn from, grow from, and have new experiences with. These interactions place you in a better position to learn more about yourself, learn more about men, and how to easily connect with them, which increases your chances of actually meeting the man you'll marry. Also, little side note, when you are too focused on doing for a man and practicing to be his helpmeet, you risk marrying a man who mainly values what you do and not who you are. All right. Third reason why preparing to be a wife is keeping you single. It is because your desire to be a good wife is blinding you from your need to be a better woman. Please know that before you are anybody's wife, you are a woman first. What that means is that you cannot skip to being a better wife when you're struggling to be a good woman. And I know some of y'all think y'all good women just because y'all keep y'all legs closed, just because y'all nice to people, just because you ain't on drugs and in jail. It's more to being a good woman than that. For example, you don't need to be studying how to nurture your future husband when you don't even know how to nurture current friendships with the women in your life. You might not need to learn another recipe. You might need to learn emotional control. You might need to put down your book about finding Boaz and pick up a book on finding yourself. You don't need to practice your submission skills. You need to practice setting healthy boundaries. A quality wife is a quality woman. And if you're working on being a wife when your womanhood is compromised, then you're sabotaging your success. All right, so that wraps up the 3 reasons why preparing to be a wife is keeping you single. Just to be clear, simply preparing to be a wife isn't keeping you single. Preparing to be a wife with the wrong mindset, the wrong energy, and the wrong strategy is what's keeping you single. The journey towards marriage is more than keeping busy and praying for your future husband and performing what you think is wife duties. Preparing to be a wife involves having a deep understanding of yourself, an understanding of the opposite sex, and what's required of both sexes to have healthy interactions and build a foundation that will be strong enough to build nations. So girl, are you guilty of preparing to be a wife with the wrong mindset, the wrong energy, the wrong strategy? Let me know in the comments below. All right, girl, it was a pleasure, but I gotta run. If you like this video, please show love by liking and subscribing. And always remember to live for God and love the life that you live.